The ocean stretches endlessly under twilight, hiding a mystery beneath its dark and silent waves. From orbit, Earth glows softly at night, but one point in the Pacific raises unsettling questions. Alone in the dim room, the observer stares at the screen, drawn to the coordinates that should not exist. The digital map zooms inward, revealing an island whose presence has long been accepted as fact. Leaning closer, the figure studies the reflection of the island, sensing something is wrong. Suddenly, the island flickers on the grid, then vanishes, as if erased from history. The figure freezes, unable to comprehend how land can disappear with no trace. Far away, storms rise over empty waters, echoing the mystery unfolding below. Old maps lie waiting, their yellowed pages holding clues long overlooked. A finger traces the faded mark, Sandy Island, a place that was never truly confirmed. The investigation grows, threads connecting maps, notes, and unanswered reports. A glowing dot on the globe marks a location that challenges centuries of navigation. At dawn, a research vessel heads toward the coordinates to uncover the truth. Researchers scan the horizon, instruments ready, searching for land that should be visible. Radar shows faint echoes, signals where an island was once believed to rise. But at noon, the sea is empty. No land, no reef, nothing but open water. One investigator documents the empty horizon, puzzled by the absence. Data streams across monitors, revealing inconsistencies in decades of satellite records. Peering over the ship's edge, the figure sees only deep, endless blue. Sonar sweeps the seafloor, mapping a featureless plain with no sign of elevation. The crew reacts in disbelief. Every clue points to an island that never was. Old explorers' maps show shifting outlines, each one uncertain and conflicting. Nautical charts flip open under the dim lamp, pages filled with decades of uncertain cartography. A red circle forms around Sandy Eye, marking the place where the mystery has refused to die. Alone in the dark cabin, the figure sits before a glowing screen, its thoughts as heavy as the silence around it. Rows of satellite images fill the monitors, except for one blank square, empty where land should appear. Dusk storms gather as the vessel turns toward open sea, orange and violet blending with the encroaching dark. The ship fades into thick mist, its silhouette swallowed by the twilight as the search comes to an end. A single coordinate blinks on a black screen, fading slowly into nothing, just like the island itself. The investigation deepens as charts and red threads reveal a pattern too deliberate to ignore. Lines are traced carefully across the map, each stroke narrowing the mystery's origin. Old logs whisper forgotten sightings, their faded pages hinting at contradictions. A model ship stands as a reminder of explorers who first marked the island's name. Archived satellite records scroll endlessly, yet none provide a clear explanation. A floating raft of volcanic pumice drifts silently, carrying secrets across the sea. Ocean current paths show how pumice can travel, shaping illusions mistaken for land. Together, the researchers analyze depth projections, seeking answers buried in data. Sonar sweeps the seafloor again, tracing only a flat and silent ocean plain. Hands adjust the controls, fine-tuning signals that continue to show nothing. Stormy waves stretch endlessly, mirroring the uncertainty of the investigation. The team watches the horizon in tense silence, searching for any sign of land. Historical charts reveal overlapping shapes, none matching the truth consistently. A pulsing glow marks the coordinates, teasing the idea of a ghost island. Ship logs describe a tiny island once sketched with confidence, yet never confirmed. The vessel moves into the heart of the mystery, mist hanging over calm waters. Instruments drop beneath the surface, measuring depths that shouldn't exist here. The sonar display confirms it again. No ridge, no shoal, no island at all. On deck, the crew debates possibilities, their doubts rising like the morning haze. Golden light reveals an untouched sea, empty, calm, and undeniably island-free. The researcher reviews the data, posture tightening as inconsistencies grow. Maps and satellite overlays pile together, a century of conflicting evidence. Coordinates are logged and linked, forming a chain that raises more questions. The sun sets over a horizon that remains stubbornly empty and unchanged. Leaning on the railing, the figure reflects on how an island can exist only in maps. Old paper maps clash with modern digital ones, their differences difficult to ignore. A holographic model presents the pumice raft theory, a drifting illusion mistaken for land. Notes are taken as the 3D seafloor model confirms the same featureless terrain. Twilight settles over an endless sea, waves whispering where land never was. The vessel departs the coordinates, fading into mist as the mystery remains unsolved. Ocean currents and drifting pumice reveal how illusions can form and mislead for decades. A vast pumice field glitters in the morning sun, sun, drifting like a floating phantom across the sea. Old notes and charts are compared, each one offering conflicting clues about Sandy Island. Faint pencil sketches hint at land once believed real, drawn with uncertainty and hope. Sonar layers confirm the truth again. No rise, no reef, nothing but a smooth seafloor. Digital overlays clash, exposing a century of mismatched maps and shifting coordinates. The researcher compares the printed map to digital data, watching contradictions unfold. Waves move under a glowing sky, marking the exact spot where the island should exist. Underwater light reveals drifting pumice, light, porous, easily mistaken for solid ground. Around the map table, the team studies every data point, searching for a consistent answer. The pumice hypothesis glows in holographic form, offering the first real explanation. Old instruments reflect sunlight, reminding us how explorers once navigated these mysteries. Hydrographic records from the 1970s reveal inconsistencies long buried in archives. A historical map is corrected, its boundaries redrawn to match the evidence at last. A wide view of the Pacific shows faint historic coordinates, ghosts of a mistaken island. From the railing, the figure contemplates an empty sea where maps once promised land. The holographic seafloor is perfectly flat, disproving centuries of confident charts. Team members log coordinates with care, documenting a mystery nearly solved. Layers of imagery reveal fading outlines, an island shrinking into historical error. Explorers' logs show delicate sketches, evidence of uncertainty disguised as discovery. A glowing error on the database screen exposes how a digital mistake spread worldwide. Dawn light brushes the hull as the calm sea lingers, unchanged by human assumptions. The researcher traces vanished coordinates, comparing worlds old and new. On the bridge at sunset, the team observes the empty horizon in thoughtful silence. Holographic sonar reveals only a flat seabed. No island ever existed here. Lost in thought, the figure watches the sunset reflect off the railing and calm sea. Pinned maps show overlapping phantom islands, each one a layered cartographic myth. Notebook in hand, the figure studies disappearing coordinates marked in golden light. The ocean glows under the evening sky, a faint point marking where the island once appeared. The ship cuts through the darkening sea, and I stand at the bow, wondering how a place so certain could simply vanish into the night. On my tablet, the island's coordinates blink once, then fade, as if even the map has chosen to forget what was never truly there. Old photographs of sailors hover before me, merging with worn maps, reminding me how mistakes can echo across generations. In the quiet cabin, screens glow against the darkness, and I lean back, trying to understand where the truth finally slipped away. Moonlit waves stretch endlessly before me, and for the first time, the ocean feels like it's keeping a secret it no longer wants to share. Layers of history and data fade into one another, and I watch as the island dissolves between centuries of human memory and digital certainty. Across the Pacific, glowing data points hover like ghosts, reminders of every place the world once believed existed. I point to a cluster of fading markers, wondering how many stories began with a simple dot placed in the wrong ocean. Sunset washes the waves below, and a faint digital shimmer marks where the island once lived. Only a memory now. At my desk, I study the final report. The page feels heavier than it should, as if carrying the weight of a world corrected. Faded sketches lie across the table, their penciled shorelines slowly surrendering to the glow of the surrounding light. I write my final notes, watching the horizon as if waiting for the sea to confirm what I already know. Mist curls around the vessel's hull as I stand quietly on deck, realizing the search is over, even if the questions aren't. Digital updates sweep across the Pacific, erasing old assumptions with the cold precision of modern truth. From the cabin window, I watch the ocean fade into the sky, feeling the weight of what no longer exists. In the distance, waves roll beneath the twilight sky, and a faint digital echo reminds me where belief once created land. I turn from the glowing tablet toward the horizon, letting the unanswered questions drift with the morning light. At sunrise, the sea lies calm and endless, a single fading marker hovering for a moment, then disappearing into silence.